Hi, my name is Terry Doherty. I am the designer of the Glory and Empire series by Lock and Load Publishing. In this video, we'll talk about morale. Glory and Empire is primarily a morale-driven system. Morale represents training, esprit de corps, and unit cohesion. Most checks a unit takes are against its morale value. Morale and rally checks, disorder checks, infantry entering a ZOC without an assault marker, skirmishers making command checks or recall checks, reaction formation change checks, and reaction charge checks are a few examples. Combat units take a morale check by rolling 2 percentile dice, adding modifiers, and comparing to the unit's morale rating. To pass the morale check, the modified die roll must be higher than the unit's morale rating. When multiple combat units are stacked together, the top unit in the stack takes the morale check. If it passes, the entire stack passes. If it fails, the entire stack fails. So now let's dive into the morale states in detail. So there are 5 morale states in Glory and Empire. There's normal, disorder, shaken, broken, and rout. This represents the progression of worsening morale and time to recover back to good order. So clearly in the normal state, there are no detrimental effects. For disorder, units that enter disorder, they still retain their facing in formation, but they can't voluntarily change formation, and they have a detrimental fire strength modifier and an additional -5 to their morale checks. When they rally, they go back to the normal state. In the shaken state, units also retain their facing in formation like in the disorder state. And they also can't voluntarily change formation. They also have a detrimental fire strength modifier, -10 on their morale checks, and -3 to their combat value modifier. So they're pretty close to being in panic mode where they'll break if they drop another morale level. So units that become shaken also retreat 1 hex, except for unlimbered artillery or if units are in a fortified post. In those cases, they remain in place. When they rally, they go to disorder. Units in the broken state no longer have any formation. They cannot move voluntarily, nor can they fire or assault or charge. Infantry that enters the broken state retreats 3 hexes, cavalry retreats 6 hexes, and artillery is eliminated. Units that fail a morale check while in the broken state go to rout, and they also get routed when they are assaulted or charged. When they rally, they go back to shaken. They also have a -15 to any rally checks. Like units in the broken state, units in the rout state also have no formation. They cannot move voluntarily, nor can they fire or assault or charge. Infantry retreats 3 hexes, cavalry retreats 6 hexes, and if artillery somehow went from shaken to broken, then they're eliminated. Units that fail morale checks while in the rout state are eliminated, and they're also eliminated when they're assaulted or charged. If they rally, they go back to shaken and not to broken. So as you can see, broken units will get 2 chances to rally before being eliminated. They've run away and are gone for the day and won't be coming back until some officer goes back to round them up. The morale state diagram details all the changes of what happens when units fail checks against their morale or when they recover morale from a rally check. It also shows what happens with special cases. There are a few special cases. For example, units in road column become broken when enemy combat units move adjacent. It's very dangerous to be in road column close to the enemy. Close combat takes place at closer ranges, usually sometimes under 30 yards. So in these cases, morale checks from offensive or defensive fire have an additional -20 die roll modifier, and also failed morale checks from offensive or defensive fire during assault or charge drop 2 morale levels instead of 1 unless they happen to be in a fortified post. During cold steel combat, the loser also drops 2 morale levels unless they are also in a fortified post. Unlimbered artillery that loses cold steel combat to cavalry is eliminated. So a final comment about movement. So units that begin a friendly movement phase in the broken or rout state will retreat. So cavalry will retreat 6 hexes and infantry will retreat 3 hexes. So I think that covers what we need to know about morale to play the game. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video.